Hey everyone, welcome back to Pop Takes. We're here with, per usual, Nick Fitzgerald and Christian Campos.
Yes.
And I'm Nick Karp.
Still here.
Still here.
Still here.
And today we're actually going to talk about a little anime called My Hero.
The hottest.
The
hottest.
best.
The movie just
The
came
best.
out.
Yeah.
If you listen to this, by the time this episode comes out, the
It'll be
movie
out of
will be in
theaters. It'll be out of theaters.
Out of theaters?
Today's the last day it's airing.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
it was only out for a week.
Did you bought reserve seating?
yeah.
How was it packed when you bought it?
Nah, we bought them at a theater kind of like on like East Side.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, there's a lot of seats left.
Because it was
Nice.
torn up when I went. I went the first night.
Yeah,
and it
but
was- yeah.
other than that, season 4 just ended.
Yeah.
So
Season
that's kind of
3.
exciting. No, well, for you maybe.
What?
The new season just ended.
Yeah.
The last episode aired.
Wait, is it
this
4 or
past-
That's
3?
three.
Yeah,
no,
it's 3.
4.
It's 3.
It's 3.
Oh, it is.
It is
oh,
three.
you know why? You know why? Because at the end it was like continued in season 4.
Yeah, all the
Yeah,
hype right
season
now
4
is
stuck in my head.
what's going to happen with season 4. That's all
Gotcha.
the hype.
I'm 8 episodes away from being caught up, so I'm pretty close.
So, since you're behind us, and
Yeah.
this is for everyone,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
probably going to be spoilers.
There's
this
going to be
episode.
spoilers
Yeah,
because
so-
we're pretty much caught up.
Yeah.
They
But
just
what do you
locked
got?
up All for One. They just locked him up.
Okay. So
It was
he
amazing.
tore him up
It was
already.
amazing.
Okay. It was a good one.
Amazing.
Did you think he was going to die?
Yeah, I thought All Might was dead.
Yeah, you
At
thought
that
he
point,
died,
I
yeah.
was like, yeah, he's done. He's
Because
cooked.
definitely, I don't know about you guys, but I personally feel like the timer was ticking on him.
Yeah, I mean, he was losing his power like during the fight, and All for One is still like,
Yeah.
ripping.
And this is, I can't tell. Anime, it's like characters die. Like that shit happens.
That's
but
just my
it doesn't
one-
happen in the show.
My one thing about this show is not enough people died yet.
Yeah.
I don't
but
know. That's like a weird thing.
Maybe
'cause
they're getting you ready.
that's what I'm saying. All Might's gonna die.
Has
and
anybody
it's-
died yet?
No,
nobody's died.
No one. Like his brother, the guy with the
Oh,
leg.
that was sad.
His brother got close to
Oh,
dying.
That was sad. It was Ida's brother.
Yes, Ida's brother.
But like, I don't know why I compare it to Naruto because they're both shonen shows, right?
Yeah.
But like Naruto is more
Everybody
dark,
dies.
adult themes.
Well, in Shippuden, yeah.
yeah,
But in all of Naruto, what, one person dies? 2 people maybe?
It was still
I don't
dark.
know, it
though.
was still dark. Yeah, like the first arc, like the Zabuza deal, that was
Yeah,
Yeah.
But in My Hero, like I really liked when Stain,
That was
when
amazing.
the little mini
It was
Stain
amazing.
arc.
that was the best.
Amazing. It was
I was like,
incredible.
this is sick. Like
Yeah.
this dude's like badass. It's like evil.
And there was a ton of things going on at once, like Endeavor and the
So cool.
Endeavor and the old guy who looks like Mega Man.
Dude, he looks like Mega Man. Yes.
What's that?
His name's Gran Torino.
Gran
Yeah, Gran
Literally
Torino,
named
yeah.
after the movie too.
Yeah.
They
No
literally,
way.
they literally named him
Yeah.
after the movie.
Yeah. There's
you,
a
you could even compare him and like
Clint
All
Eastwood?
Might compared to like the characters in the movie.
yeah,
And it's like it's there.
yeah, but no,
This,
so,
this
like,
show
there was
is
all these
shameless for that. Like they have these like shameless references in the
Oh,
show.
so
and I
the
love it.
movie. So spoiler without people. This was in like a bunch of leaks too. There's like a Godzilla character.
Oh my
like a
God.
In the
Godzilla
movie?
like referenced character.
That's amazing.
That's
He
But
has
like,
no point to the story.
I mean,
but-
like Gran Torino is like a shameless Mega Man ripoff. He looks like Mega Man.
yeah,
like,
yeah,
he
yeah,
lo-
yeah.
it's-
He's just yellow.
I'd have to,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd have to dig deeper and see if there were like legitimate like interview references that.
Well, is
Maybe.
there a lot of American influence on the show? Like from whoever's
There's-
I'm not
like
so
writing
sure.
it? And
I'm not so
You know
sure.
what? No, but real quick, that's something I wanted to bring up, and I wanted to see what you guys input. I have very few issues with this show so far,
Yeah,
but one that I wish they did. I wish All Might was an American character.
He is.
he is American.
He has a Japanese name.
So,
Even in the dub, he has
that
a Japanese
was a
name.
problem. I wanted
What's his what's his real
Toshiori. I
Toshi,
think?
yeah. So okay, so
Oh.
this isn't too relevant to the movie. So I mean, it's not going to spoil anything.
That's
but
fine.
they state he's an exchange student coming
All
to
Might?
coming to America.
Amazing. Then I'm set.
name? Well,
So, but here's the weird part. Endeavor states when they make the rush in on to save Bakugo.
yeah.
Endeavor's stuck outside with the cops, like on patrol, and he's all, "Why does the American get to go in?"
No way.
Yeah, he says that in the show.
In the show.
So, but in the movie, he's an exchange student from Japan. I don't know. They may need to clarify. Maybe they messed up. I don't know.
You know
wait,
what's
who's an
interesting?
exchange student? Because
All
the movie,
Might?
All Might.
the show takes place in Japan, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes. it
So
does.
wouldn't that mean he's
This is flat. This is different moments. They go to his past in the movie,
Oh, okay.
just briefly.
Usually in anime, if someone's American and they're speaking Japanese, it's like really bad Japanese.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
So maybe they didn't want to do that because he's a main character.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I do agree with that, though. I wish they would press more on
Like they couldn't just name him like Evan or something. It had to be like
Evan might.
Evan
Honestly, hey,
You know,
kinda
no,
cool.
it was just like I don't know because I didn't know that, and it was
Yeah.
just like it's weird. Like he has the American flag like suit. He has like all these moves named after
Oh,
like
blonde
states and all
hair,
that. But blonde hair,
blue
and,
eyes
and then
too,
it's
right?
like, but your name is Toshiori. Like,
Yeah.
that's
So
kinda-
so you didn't see the movie.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's quite a bit of emphasis on his American origins.
That's really cool.
Okay.
Okay,
Don't
that
say
makes
too
me
much.
happy.
Don't say too
I
much
won't say
now.
much, but it's not enough. Like I want him to be straight up Superman, Captain America.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Coming to Japan.
Yeah.
Like that's how I want it to be. That's how I've always seen it
But
because
pretty
that's
cool.
I feel like a lot of people wouldn't appreciate that. Like I
think
feel
it
like,
would
Like that, you
sense.
think
I
it's
think
like too typical.
I think two people want to keep America out of anime.
But here's the
but it would fit
but
too
here's the
well
thing,
here.
It would
I would
make
like
sense
it.
because
I would be fine with it.
he's passing the torch on
Mhm.
to like the
To
Japanese
Deku.
characters, and
Yeah.
all those
Mm-hmm.
characters, they're not like American superhero archetypes.
Not at
I've
all.
talked about this before, but
Not
like,
at all.
this is something it does. Superheroes, we are flooded with superheroes
Right.
in this generation, right?
Hell yeah.
But all the stuff they do, from the bad
new-
guys to the storylines to the character development to the powers, it's nothing like American superhero comics.
Nothing at all.
And
Yeah.
a lot of the comic community, like comic heads that are super into that stuff, man, they need to get out. If they haven't checked this out, they need to.
Yeah.
because it's a breath of fresh air. Like
It really
no
is.
other for
Every time a
comics.
new character
like
comes in, I'm just like, how did you guys think of this? It's
Yeah.
like it's amazing. Like
yeah, well, like if people were listening, they haven't watched it. Like the easiest, like perfect example, the main like rival, like
Yeah.
the way they wrote it, he sweats nitroglycerin.
yeah, it's amazing.
so he creates explosions. Like, it's perfect. It's good. It's amazing. It's so good.
a lot of creative
Yeah.
characters on that
So who's
show.
your guys' favorite character?
I like to say I'm
Hard.
terrible with names, but I like the Shadow Falco guy.
Yes, he's
Oh,
one of my
that,
favorites.
that he can put the thing over him. now.
Tokuyami.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the dopest. Or that's my favorite.
He's sick. Man, there's so many characters. I really like their teacher.
Oh no, Christian's showing us that purple ball head.
Yeah,
He's my
about
favorite.
it. He's about
Mineta
it.
is my favorite character.
He's just hella horny, bro.
it's so
that should be
funny.
his power.
It's so funny, man. I love that guy.
Eraserhead. See, I know that name.
Oh,
He's sick.
Eraserhead is
Dude,
so good.
That I like him because that's the Batman of that show. He technically has no powers, but his power is to erase power. He just
Oh yeah,
he's
yeah, you're
Batman.
kind of right. Yeah,
he's totally
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah, you're kind of right. I wonder if that was like the influencer, if it's just coincidence.
Possibly.
Because I
Well,
mean,
when
even
they first
suit.
introduce
even
him,
like personality wise, it's kind of
yeah,
there.
it's similar.
Yeah,
When they
he's
first
just not-
introduce him, they show like flashbacks, like Midoriya's like, oh, that's Eraserhead, and then
Yeah.
it cuts to like his background, and they're literally cut to like him standing on like a rooftop in the city in the middle.
Oh,
of
I
the
must have
night.
missed that. That's
yeah,
really
with
funny.
like the fucking
Pretty Batman-y.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's total Batman because he has
Seriously.
that scarf like blowing. Too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like that character is hella sick.
All right, but in all seriousness, my favorite character, like probably
Yeah.
just power wise, that's kind of tough, man. I love everybody, but I'm gonna go with the Dark Shadow.
Yeah.
I
He's
forget
the
his name.
sickest. You know,
He's so tight.
he's gonna probably have an ep later on the series where he just goes off.
Well,
on
there was the
something.
episode where he almost died from Dark Shadow.
Yeah, that was sick.
and it was crazy. It's like it showed like another side of it. It's like yo,
Yeah.
this like there's like untapped potential
Yeah,
there.
you know what's funny is this: you could tell every character, like okay, in every anime. Let's just take the most staple one, Dragon Ball, right? Like every character in that
I think
show,
I know what
like,
you said. Like there's like a way too strong.
well,
guy
they've
and
got
there's
that.
a-
There's the possibility for that, like moment of Super Saiyan, like where Goku's just a character and he goes Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
and it's
20
like, whoa,
episodes.
and it's right. And it's
I feel
that
like
huge
everybody
push.
in this
I feel like
show-
everyone's got the potential for that kind of moment.
Exactly. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm like everybody in this show is like a badass. Like sure, there's like like there's Todoroki and there's Bakugo who are like on a pedestal.
Yeah,
Those two are like like untouchable.
yeah.
And Deku, but everybody else like I still feel like they can come
They're
up
gonna have a moment.
and beat those two.
you
at
know who
some
I know
point.
is gonna have a moment like that? The
Mineta.
mind control dude.
mind control. Dude.
The one that he
Oh,
lost.
yeah,
to,
where
the
he-
one that in the first round of the tournament.
Oh yeah, from
Dude,
from Class B, right?
He's gonna show up randomly one episode
and
and
just rip them.
rip somebody.
Dude, that's yeah.
That's the thing. Dude, there's so many like that guy. Like you could watch 3 seasons and forget about him.
Yeah, because there's a lot of characters.
Yeah, there's so many kids. So good.
There's gonna be hella
I
hero
feel,
moments.
I feel like the show
no
just like
doubt.
hasn't stopped giving us too. Like season 1, 2, and 3, like we're all like go, and it was all good.
Like it hasn't been still. I think there was only the one filler I think you don't. I think you're gonna
Yeah.
see
I'm
it
at
kind
I'm
of.
at the part where they move into their dorms.
Yeah,
That's
you
filler.
have
Yeah.
one. Well, that's kind of
That
filler,
was
yeah.
for sure
But
filler,
you have
but
one
it was
coming
good.
out.
It was good. I was like, it's just like I said in the Dragon Ball episode. Like, there's Naruto filler, and then there's Dragon Ball filler.
Yeah,
Like Dragon
yeah,
Ball
yeah.
filler, you can like watch it and
So,
enjoy it.
Are you-
Some Naruto.
Are you
fillers,
talking
but
about the
Some.
one where Sue works with the seal dude?
It's like the heist thing.
Yeah,
heist.
that was
The heist.
yeah, that was filler.
Or no. It's like a fake. It's like a fake heist with hostages.
Yeah. When they're
know
doing their internship,
That's already out.
that already happened. That was in
Oh.
season 2.
Which one are you
No.
talking about?
Yeah,
that was this
You talking
season.
about on the boats?
Yes.
No, I'm talking about like.
Oh,
They're-
okay. We're
they're-
talking about
We're
something
talking
different.
about something. That was filler.
Yeah,
that was
no,
filler.
I'm talking about the one.
But that, see, and that was still good. Okay,
Yeah.
I haven't
Where-
gotten to that.
So it's they have to do a secret mission, and all the teachers are like fake villains, and they have hostages.
Oh,
That one.
okay. I know
Yeah.
that.
That was okay.
What's interesting? Yeah. I know the one you're talking about. So like filler, that concept it's in comics, and it's
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like there's
Yeah.
like you have the main arcs for like 3 months, and then two between the next arc and that previous arc ending, it'll be junk. And it
Oh,
works.
it's
and
just all the
fine.
non-canon like.
Yeah,
magazines,
that's pretty
right?
much it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
okay, you'll have Spider-Man fighting Doc Ock for like 4 issues.
That's
and then
canon.
you'll have 2 where he's like in high school,
Yeah.
and then you have
Okay.
you know what I mean. Then he fights the next guy. It's like that's been around, and I feel like it functions well because they built a universe.
Yeah.
And that was another thing they
Well,
were
see-
smart about because
see-
that's the way superheroes are working in this day and age. They don't just build a character; you build
Yeah.
a universe.
And but that's what separates good and bad filler. Like a lot of the early Naruto filler is actually really good because it builds like a universe. Like it gives you like a sense of what's outside of like these characters.
Okay.
But then there's some where it's just like, all right, like today we're gonna try to catch a pig, and it's just like,
you know that filler is one of the worst.
yeah, it's horrible.
Naruto has some of the worst filler. ever.
Horrible. And in Shippuden,
But it
that-
has some of the best too.
Shippuden, that show is like 55% filler.
I gave
Yeah,
it no
which
chance.
sucks.
I wasn't even close to getting
There's
that.
like I think there's one Naruto filler where they're trying to take Kakashi's mask off.
That one was pretty
That's like
fun.
one. That's like
Yeah,
really good.
that was
And
a
then
good one.
It was like that was one of
I
my
don't know.
favorite characters in that show, and he was always the butt end of the filler.
Yeah.
Kashi got no good
Yeah.
episodes. The best episode is him getting tortured. He doesn't get any cool moment.
Oh yeah. But yeah, this show does good filler. Like I haven't been bored once.
It's
I've-
been a lot of episodes too.
yeah,
It's
we're
been
at like what 50. I'm at 52, and
60.
there's 62.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm something like that. I'm 8 episodes away. Whatever. So
when
there's
did
62.
when watching the show did it click? Like what was the big
Episode 1.
moment?
Episode 1.
Really? That was all it
Really?
was,
So
huh?
yeah, no, because right at the beginning they gave you that motive. They're like Deku wanted to be a hero, but he can't, and so immediately. Oh, and so there was that in the first episode, and then they come in the second episode, and it's in the theme, and he's like, "This is a story about how I became the world's greatest hero."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like episode 1, you're like, all right, so this kid can't do anything. Episode 2, oh, and he ends up doing something.
Yeah.
And they didn't tell you exactly how that happens for a couple episodes. So the first like 5 or so episodes, you're like, all right, how is he going to become a hero? Then you learn how he does. He eats his hair, which was hilarious.
Yeah. See, I think that's when I like really started. Like when he got the power,
Okay.
I was
See,
like, all
and-
right, sick.
See, at that point, I was already invested. I was like, I like this character. I like what's going on. Like, I like the motive. Just give me some more action. He eats the hair, and then it's been nonstop action since then.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think,
I wasn't checked in so fast.
really?
I liked it, but I was ready to give it like an 8 out of 10. Mm-hmm. And
I like first episode or
first couple, like where you described, and then where it became the 10 out of 10 was when the school got raided.
Oh yeah, huh? Yeah, that was a sick ass set.
That was the 10. That was the 10 out of 10.
That
moment
was
for
so
me.
good.
Forgot about that for a
Where
second.
All Might just
All Might shows up and
he-
beats it.
Yeah, Dude,
It's so good, man.
The animation when he gives him that final punch, he like hits him.
Yeah.
And his fist is in his gut, and it freeze frames for like 30 seconds, and then it stops, and then it finally pops away. I was
It's
like,
amazing.
"Ugh."
The one ep that took it over the top for me was when he did the 1,000,000%.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah. See, I accidentally
Yeah.
said that to you like a couple of times.
Yeah.
A few of my coworkers did.
But like that's literally one of the best.
It was
episodes
insane.
of-
Well, dude, and it's like, because that episode was when he first started seeing it. Like, he turns around and Coda, the little kid, says,
Yeah.
"You're my hero."
Yeah,
and
that's sick.
that's the first time somebody calls Deku a hero.
Mhm.
Like that's when you start seeing like the transformation.
Yep, hits him in the nuts, and then
Hit him right in the
next,
ball.
The next second
And
later, it's
the
a zero.
no, he's like, I'm sorry, I hit you in the balls.
Yeah.
It's so funny. What was I gonna bring up
About how he did the 1,000,000%, and then you were like, "Oh, that's where you saw it."
No, I was agreeing with you on that, but what was I saying? Oh man, I already lost it. Let's just keep going. You're watching subbed. I know you are.
Yeah, I
right?
watched that.
You're watching sub or dub?
I do both.
You do both. Okay.
Yeah.
They're
You
like
watch-
caught up, right?
So-
You watch both episodes,
No,
sub
okay,
and
so
then dub.
my wife-
I used to have to do that with Shippuden because like the dubbed episodes would be garbage. They would cut out a lot of the action and like the
Oh, they changed it.
Yeah. Side
Yeah.
note. Side
Mhm.
note, real quick. That apparently the dub finishes early next year for that, which is very crazy to me. Like that. That takes
way
forever.
delayed,
Wait,
yeah.
on what
For
Shippuden?
shipping.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
But
But
anyways,
it
yeah.
works out because my wife watches it too, but she's hella behind.
Oh,
So
okay.
by the time she watches, it's dubbed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but-
not too far behind.
Dude, it's
That's what's really
It's a
impressive.
simulcast,
I think
right?
I think this is like one of the first modern like big anime that are like really close to the sub, which is
it is.
impressive.
It's really I want to say it's got some more like following than any other anime.
Oh,
in a
yeah.
long
No,
time.
I think-
I wouldn't say overall, but I think
Right now.
It was
time-wise,
big hype.
like I think
Right
it was
now,
it
yeah.
caught the
Tier
quickest
1.
fire.
yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
Dude,
But
dub is really good, dude.
It's a dude that cast.
Some of them are bad. I'd
They
say
have-
Midoriya is not good. I don't think Midoriya is good.
He's okay. You know,
All
it's
Might-
funny.
All
You know what's
Might
funny?
is literally so perfect.
It's amazing. But I feel like I looked up a lot of the cast, and I feel like the guy who does Deku has like the shortest list of things that he's done.
Like
And-
most inexperienced.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
pretty crazy because like you look at like All Might, he's Piccolo, he's
Well, that guy-
Kuwabara too. You blew my
Yeah.
mind. I had
Yeah.
no idea that was
Yeah,
the
he's
same guy.
Kuwabara. Dude, that show is literally all Dragon Ball people.
Yeah, and it's like one of the bad guys, like the like almost no name bad guys, is the narrator from Yu Yu Hakusho. Like that's a big name.
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
a big deal.
Cashing
But then
out.
the guy who does Deku, the main character, like I've never heard him in another show.
Well,
So that's crazy. To
I would
me.
imagine that they're bringing up. So the guy who plays All Might, he's like a head producer at Funimation.
Yeah.
he's huge in that company.
He's a producer.
Yeah,
and he
dude.
voice acts.
He like damn near runs that thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Like,
sick.
Hey, man, if
Well,
you-
Vegeta runs that company.
Yeah, if you do a voice like Vegeta and Piccolo, like
Yeah.
you're worth something.
No,
you're
yeah.
worth something.
But I would imagine that's their move to bring up talent because like it's interesting because like normal acting that has a timer, that has an age, that has like you can get typecasted, you can fit a role and you
Yeah.
can not fit a role. Voice acting, you can fit a lot more things in your wheelhouse.
Goku
So
was
I
a
feel like-
grandma in the,
Yeah,
it's
right.
I think that's what you're
But,
getting at.
so I
It's like
think
you don't
I-
have to look a certain way, you don't have to be a certain way. You just have to sound a certain
Well,
way.
Yeah.
what I think is you can hold that, you can stay in the voice acting business for a long time.
Yeah. And
I think
cover
it's-
more
I
casts.
think the generation's flipping. I think they need more new talent.
I think so
Because
too.
the guy who plays Frieza in English, he just like he has like cancer or something.
Oh my God.
And he's had a protege for like years, and that guy's taken over now.
Nice.
So
Wow,
I
that's
think they need
crazy to think about.
yeah. So that's the thing too. They have to like train a guy because some of these are staple. Like they can't. Frieza can't completely change his voice.
Yeah.
If Goku completely changes his voice, people are pissed.
Right.
especially-
And you'll know too.
You will
you
know.
will
Oh, yeah.
know.
Those like
this is
diehard
not
fans of the
Sanford.
show, like if somebody changes their voice, like you immediately like, what is this? Like who is this
and
guy?
It's not the
Especially-
same dude.
And these are long, dude. Like you get to the end of Naruto and say that was just completely weird voice at the end. Like,
Yeah.
that don't work. That
Yeah.
don't cut it. That don't fly.
Speaking of length, I wonder how long this show's gonna run.
Well, I don't know how long the book runs.
Well,
or the
they're
manga.
still going.
They're
Yeah,
still
they're
going.
still
Yeah.
going. Matter of fact, it's worth mentioning. I was reading. They're planning on doing a side run of the manga. They're gonna do Young All Might.
Oh God, yes, that's gonna
That's
be
pretty
sick.
dope.
Yeah,
If
they-
they make that
That's
into an
gonna
anime too. I'd hunt to watch
And you
Yeah.
that.
could easily, I was gonna say, you could easily make that an anime. You could easily go fast,
Yeah.
or you could go past or future in this show.
Mm-hmm.
And you could
Yeah.
do all the characters. There's a whole other universe. All their teachers, whoever.
I would
he's
love
met
to
along
see
the way.
that. I
Yeah,
would
you
love
like
to see
young
that.
Gran Torino
Yeah.
or
And the-
younger? Not
Yeah.
You get to see the true origin of One for All and everything.
Yeah,
develop.
that would be sick.
I wouldn't be
there's-
surprised if they touch on that. They need to.
Easily.
They got
they
they
need
can
to.
get a lot of money for that.
I just hope they
It's
don't
gonna end up like
milk-
Dragon Ball. They're just gonna be like,
Yeah.
nope, the
Well,
money's
that-
coming in. You're not
That's
going
interesting.
anywhere.
That because of what I was going to say. I hope they don't milk it
Yeah.
because they certainly could.
Oh yeah.
Because Dragon, I love Super, but I don't love Super.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like
Dragon Ball was milked.
it
Very,
was certainly
very,
milked.
very.
Well, I just
hard.
don't think they realized what they had until everything started going again in this renaissance of Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was literally like, oh, let's give Dragon Ball another shot, and then the money rolled in.
I thought a lot of people like Super though. Like they
I
had
think
that big ass tournament arc or
So
whatever, right?
yeah, it's promising what they give you. Like
Actually,
the
hold
lead
on.
up is promising.
I saw Goku like slide on a Kamehameha, like a gift of
Oh,
that.
that
I was like,
one.
all right, Super looks
So
pretty
that,
dumb.
that was one of the so that was one of the best moments. But so you know, I'll spoil it a little.
I'm
They
never
run
gonna
a
watch
big
the show.
okay. So they
I'm
run
never
they
watching
hold
it.
a big tournament of other universes.
Yeah.
And each universe gets their top 10 fighters,
Mm-hmm.
and they run a tournament. But it ain't just any tournament. It's a battle royale, so they make a giant stage and everyone fights at the same time.
So you're saying there's going to be Dragon Ball Fighters Battle
So
Royale?
it's a new genre.
It's literally, yeah, no, but it's literally that. So everyone drops in, and they all, some of them team up. They have to recruit like Frieza, and he goes off and just starts like torturing people, and then like
I want something
Goku, Vegeta,
like that in
it's
My
sick.
Hero.
That sounds sick, right?
Yeah.
But
well, actually, they've been doing that.
Yeah.
but here's the problem: you get it. Not they fill space with filler fights. So you get
So it's kind of like
so you don't. So
interesting.
you would think, oh, you hear this tournament, like, oh, I want to see like Master Roshi or Tien get their cool moments.
Mm-hmm.
Their moments are just filler. It's trash.
man,
they
that
get
sucks.
they
Like,
get
it's not
some-
good?
They get some bullshit enemies that are just whack, and they
Yeah.
just get freed up for free. Like
On the
it's
topic of fights,
junk.
something that I can't praise My Hero enough for, the fights are not only really good, they're like the perfect length. Like not a single fight has dragged on, which I feel
Yeah, it's 1 or 2 eps.
I feel like
think.
it's a huge problem in a lot of anime where like a fight will just drag on for like a little too long or way too long sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this show has no problem making a fight, 30, 40 seconds, like a minute or two. Like they have no problem. Like even like Todoroki versus Bakugo, like that's a big fight.
Yeah,
that was
like
only an episode
and a half.
long. It was an episode long. That's
Yeah.
like that's like a big hyped fight.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't overdone. It was exactly what it needed to be. That whole tournament arc was
Yeah.
like short, good fights.
What it needed to be.
Yeah.
And there was
That's actually that's a good point.
well,
Yeah,
and
'cause
there was
yeah.
some they didn't even show, right? If I remember correctly, there was some they
they
just
showed-
showed the bracket.
But there'd be like half
Yeah.
the episode would be like
yeah,
one
yeah,
of those,
because
like,
I think it
runoff
was I
fights.
think it was like it was Midoriya versus the mind control guy,
Yeah.
and then Uraka versus Bakugo,
Mm-hmm.
and then Todoroki versus him.
No, there was Ida
then the
versus
final.
somebody. There was Ida versus.
But that was one of the ones that was like
Yeah,
it
real
was
quick.
like maybe 10 minutes. Or,
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I love
which
that.
is dope. Like
Yeah.
because compared
You don't
to
want
Naruto,
You don't want to sit there and watch a fight for so long, even if it's like a good one. Like you could set me with like Deku versus Bakugo, and like I still don't want to watch that for 3 episodes.
Yeah,
You
It's
2 max.
well, and they
Yeah.
don't. You think of it that way, right? Like because they have so many characters to play off of.
A lot.
But you look at it and you're like, well, there's just enough fight. They're cutting the fighting enough, like you said. But if you really count up, tally the fighting versus the hours, literally 4 episodes or 5 episodes, truthfully, were fighting, and that probably that's probably a lot of episodes of fighting versus story.
Yeah.
But it worked because it's 6 or 7 characters.
Exactly.
It's not, one
just one
character.
fight. It's not Goku
Yeah.
versus Frieza or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why it's working out.
Like it's
And that's easy.
I feel like it's not even that uncommon, but like Yu Yu Hakusho is one of my favorite animes.
yeah.
The longest fight in that show is 120 minutes long.
so like break it down by episode.
So that's
like
what 4
a lot.
episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's
and
cool.
it's like that's not uncommon, but you
That's
think
not
about that.
bad.
You think about that like 120 minutes
Yeah.
on a fight. Like that's a lot.
That is
That
a
I don't
lot.
have the attention span for that anymore.
Yeah.
And maybe
You know.
maybe they write it like that because they know the youth. Or
I
like,
think so.
the attention span
I
is a
think
lot
so.
shorter.
Well,
now.
and that
yeah.
I think that whole it kind of caught a bad stigma with Dragon Ball. Like people,
Yeah.
oh yeah, dude, I don't want to watch him screaming for 10 episodes.
Yeah,
like that's
that
pretty,
was really like the line.
yeah
for a
so
lot
I
of
think
people.
that they're done doing that.
Yeah.
They're definitely changing the genre, and it's definitely for the better. I mean, all the modern ones too. I think they don't really do that.
No, yeah,
don't-
I think that's a thing that we just kind of to deal with as kids, and now they kind of figured it out. Short, sweet fights.
My Hero's great. It's like
It's-
the next generation. It's a really good show.
It's really funny. Our second episode on this show, I never watched it.
yeah.
Now I'm almost caught up, and I honestly think it's like my favorite anime of all time.
Yeah, it's
like
one.
it's
Wow.
really like number 1. Yeah, I mean, it's tough when you're comparing it to like classics like Yu Yu Hakusho and Dragon
Yeah.
Ball, but like honestly,
I like it, but it's not super high for me.
I know you like a lot of those little slice of life shows.
Yeah,
though.
you'll see.
We'll get to that later. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We didn't talk about that, but yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit more about some of our favorite anime.
Have you seen the My Hero game?
It looks bad.
It was bad,
Yeah.
man. I'm so
yeah,
bummed.
man, that sucks.
Yeah.
So like that was one thing I feel like it would make such a good fighting game because like there's so many
There's
like
a lot of cool
there's so many
characters.
archetypes. You
Yeah.
could have the fast characters, the slow characters. The
I think they'll hit it right.
What kind of?
I think that-
It's a fighting game.
Yeah.
so it looks like those like old school like Naruto PS2 Dragon Ball games.
yeah.
Oh, so
Where it's like a
one-on-one?
three. It's like
It's like a 3D dimensional one-on-one
space.
game, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like
Clash
it's
of
just
Ninja.
run around in a 3D plane button mashing.
Yeah.
I played it at Evo. They
I
had it
think
at
I
Evo.
think they'll make a good one eventually. Like
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
don't know.
once like the show, like I mean it's popular, but I think like
just
once
don't-
it peaks,
so it's Bandai.
Just
And
get-
I just don't
Oh, it
know
is
why.
Bandai?
Yeah, it's Bandai.
Oh.
I just don't know why they haven't learned their lesson with that whole 3D plane genre thing. Because like that
It's-
sold incredibly in PS2 era. Like
Yeah.
the Naruto Ultimate.
I think
whatever,
they still
and
see it
then-
as a lot of money because it made a lot of money.
Yeah,
back
but
then.
here's the thing.
But
though.
now
it hasn't
it's-
made this entire generation of consoles. It hasn't made money for shit.
No.
The Gundam game they put out didn't sell well. The Naruto game that they're coming out with is getting shit on.
Jump Force is not gonna be
getting,
good.
Everyone's shitting on Jump Force. Like, I
We
hope.
want
I
those-
hope
we
Jump
wa-
Force. Is
we
the
want those
final-
Arc System games.
Yeah, I hope Jump
We want
Force.
those.
I hope Jump Force is the last straw. I hope
Yeah.
I hope it flops, and I hope they realize that they
I
need
mean-
to just dump on the 3D plane.
we talked
garbage.
about video games a lot in our last episode, but like games like that to make aren't cheap. And I feel like when games like that
Yeah.
are
Licensing,
expensive
right?
and they flop, it's it's a big red flag. So hopefully, I hope we get a good My Hero game and a good Shonen Jump game.
Will they
That'd be
put
amazing.
My Hero in Jump Force?
It'll probably be DLC.
I think it'll
if
be
anything.
DLC, but I think if someone in the interview
Maybe
said they're
some
not planning
surprise.
on doing it.
They haven't
but,
even revealed the whole roster, so
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna get it anyway.
I'm
You know what?
gonna
I'm
get it
gonna
for
have
sure.
It's gonna be
trouble not
fun.
getting
Yeah.
it myself.
Yeah,
too.
have
it's
it
gonna be
Like,
fun.
You get to play as like Yusuke
Everything.
and, like,
Yeah, it's
oh,
amazing.
God.
Yeah. Where was? Oh, so one thing that I wanted to talk about, I didn't really know how to like segue into this. The big rumor right now, maybe you guys even heard about it, is that and spoilers for anybody who isn't here, but Dabi is Todoroki's brother,
Who's Dobby?
the guy with like all the sewn stuff on his
Yeah.
face, the bad guy. With all-
Oh, the hand dude.
The blue flame.
No.
He's
He-
got hands all over his
no,
face.
Not him.
No.
Not him.
Oh.
He has like sewn eyes.
So
and,
you
like,
remember
a
when the-
jaw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
Okay.
So I remember hearing that rumor.
Yeah, it's been around for a little bit, but I guess like a thing just showed up. It was
What
like,
backs it?
huh? Oh,
what-
so his dad Endeavor.
Yeah.
So he had a bunch of kids with different people who had different quirks,
Hey.
trying to make like a perfect specimen, which ended up being Todoroki. And Dabi has blue flame. So
Yeah, that's right. He does have blue flame.
yeah, so he has blue flame, so that could be part of it. And then he has another part of his quirk, which I don't remember yet.
Probably
I don't
from
know if
the
they've
other
even showed
parent.
it. Yeah, exactly. But also, there's two things in the manga that didn't happen in the show. It was one during the tournament arc where he was actually like watching, and he was like, "Oh, how sad! Like Todoroki is losing." And he was just watching Todoroki lose.
You know what my problem with that is though?
Hmm.
That would be in that little like coalition of like villains that they have
Mhm.
with the dude on the hand on his face
Yeah.
and all that stuff. That's the second time we're doing the pretty much the same story because
What do
that
you mean?
guy with the hand on his face is the previous
Oh, yeah,
All
it's
for
his-
One
Yeah,
or One for All. Or,
grandkid.
yeah, the grandkid of All Might's trainer.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah, that it's like
You're kind of right. It
Are
would
we
be kind of
doing too
lame
much?
if,
And
if,
also, too,
if all these people are just like the rejected family members.
yeah, and he just showed up too. Like Dobby just kind of was like, "All right, I'll come work with you."
Yeah.
And it was
Oh, that was
like,
another
there
thing,
was no
too?
build up to
Well,
him.
that was another thing. It's like how he mysteriously showed up, but also when he showed up, it was that he said, "I go by Dobby now," and you don't know his name prior to this.
I mean, and here's the thing too that's weird about that is Endeavor was looking for the perfect like specimen. Like he was trying to make a kid that was just perfect.
Yeah,
It seems like he's pretty fucking strong. Why was he
Yeah.
rejected?
yeah.
That's another weird.
I mean, he
you
could have
know.
he could have came up to try to beat. To try to get, I don't know.
Yeah.
If it's true, I'm sure they'll come up with something good.
Yeah,
Dude, that
I don't.
that,
That'd be a very
that
good
Endeavor thing is like pretty like disgustingly dark.
It's
If-
like
it's
how
a good
this
dose
show-
of it because there's not a ton of dark in that
Just
show.
how he
I like
mated with a bunch of different.
Well,
like-
he says in the show that he paid these people's like the women that he was mating with.
Yeah.
He paid their parents, so he was paying these people to have sex with their daughters to have a perfect specimen.
It's some dark shit.
So if you think about
Oh, wait,
it, that's
was he young when he was doing that?
Yeah.
well,
Okay.
no,
Yeah.
no, no,
I mean,
no.
we could say
he
was
wasn't
fucking,
super. It was. I think it was like.
we don't need to say mating. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a weird way it came
He
out.
was
But yeah.
paying for sex.
Yeah, so he was paying to have sex with these women to have like a perfect, kid, which is like especially for this show.
Low key weird.
For this show especially, like this show's like a lot of rainbows and
yeah.
butterflies.
I like his like confliction
Mhm.
with that because he was doing it because he's haunted by being number 2
Yeah.
constantly, and it's that whole thing. He's always been number 2 to All Might, so that's why he was doing that to have a kid that be number 1.
Mhm.
I like that,
Yeah,
but
the way they put it on you is
it's
like
pretty. Yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty hard. It's
yeah.
like a brick in
Yeah,
your
that's a
teeth.
rough one. Yeah,
Yeah,
And
that
the
was-
whole thing with Todoroki and his mom because
It's
of
hard
it.
to even like him too. Like I want to like his
Who,
character.
Todoroki or
No,
Endeavor?
Endeavor.
Yeah.
The way he looks and his powers and like the way he holds himself is sick. And then you hear that, and I'm like,
It's like, yeah,
is someone
it's-
gonna call me a misogynist for liking this character?
Honestly, like, yeah, no, it's like a pretty,
Hey,
it's a
toxic.
pretty tough one. Like, it's,
Toxic.
for one, like the show's like very, very, PG at best.
Definitely PG.
And then they throw a topic like that in there, and it's just like, it was nice. I liked it, even though it's like a weird, like, gross topic. But I like it. Like, I like that they put things like that in these shows, and
going
it's
PG-13.
with
that one. Hey.
it just enough grit is good. Enough, but
that's my one thing about the show. I wish it was a little more
little
mature.
darker.
Imagine
Yeah.
if this show was
hey, the
M-rated.
kids are still growing up though.
Yeah.
Kids are still growing up. It could get. You never know.
We'll
It
see
can
if
get
there is like a
gross.
Shippuden type. Maybe they'll make it more adult.
a more dark.
Yeah.
That'd be
But
cool.
I'm just saying, imagine this
yeah.
shit as adult.
Yeah,
Or,
because
like,
when Stain was around, we got like a glimpse of that. He was like killing people. You know.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, you know
sick.
what? And One for All, he.
Am I the
He
only one who
damn
gets
near-
confused saying one for
Yeah,
all?
I was
yeah,
just-
I don't know who's
So the
Yeah.
villain,
Yeah.
yeah,
The bad guy.
he's damn near slaughtered that Gene guy. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, I hate that character design.
He's so funny
It's the-
looking.
Which one is that? The leg guy?
The Gene
just
guy. He
like
wears like
one-
the pants
Oh,
up to his
best genius.
Best Genius,
Best
yeah.
Genius,
the nastiest character design
You don't
I've
like
ever
his like
seen.
collar popped all the way?
with a belt like
Oh,
on
it's
his
the
nose.
Nastiest. I hate
Yeah.
that. I seen someone cosplay that character to like.
Oh
Ew.
my
and
god!
I almost vomited, dog. It was
Dude,
gross.
how funny was it when he gave Bakugo bangs though?
Hey,
That was
yeah, the
so
makeover
funny.
was hella funny.
That was so funny.
He was supposed to be like the number 4 hero too, and
He was
to-
number 4, and he
to
got beat.
To me, his power is some garbage.
Yeah,
he controls.
Well, that's what I like. That
threads,
like that like these like it's not all just like these like All Mights and Endeavors are like number 1 and
Yeah.
it's like this Gene guy is number 4.
And
Like,
I'll
that's
give it to him.
interesting.
I'll give it to him on that. That's another example of like it strays so far away from like
Traditional stuff. Yeah,
superheroes.
absolutely.
Like, the guy controls like textiles and threads and shit.
Yeah,
And
it's
he-
interesting.
He wears like heavy,
Yeah, and
denim.
and
so
he,
he can,
and he
like,
somehow
wrap people up.
and he somehow makes that into like he can be the number 4 hero doing that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I
that's
like
some
stuff like
funk.
that.
Yeah, I like it.
But yeah, the only time we got dark stuff was Stain was around, and then All for One comes in.
Yeah, all the villains.
Yeah,
There's
I
not
got
too
you.
many like. There's no like flowery,
even-
blossomy villains.
Yeah,
like
no.
they're doing it right.
Yeah.
they're doing that part right.
What were you saying, Nick?
I was gonna say, even when they have villain scenes, like
Mhm.
when they're all talking, isn't there like some like comedy to it?
A little
I
bit.
don't remember.
Well,
yeah,
the guy with the face,
like that chick.
he keeps referring to
Yeah,
things
the
as like a
chick,
game and things like that,
Yeah.
which is really funny. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are like, what's going on? But like, yeah, there's one time where he's like, "Oh, I'm an NPC in this scene. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not here." And then
that's
like
funny.
he compared everybody as like RPG types. He's like, "Here's like the healer and the DPS and the tank and stuff." And it's like seeing stuff like that's really funny.
Yeah.
Even though they're like villains, it's not all
They're
like.
real self-aware of just culture.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That part of the show is
But
good.
I like that, like, even when was Nick was saying, like, even when the villains are around, it's not like just like, all right, we're gonna go kill the good guys now. It's like there's like a lighter, funnier tone to it sometimes,
Yeah.
like when it's just right. And I appreciate that because it's not just like typical like, oh, the bad guys in the dark cave and they're just plotting.
Well, and even
And
too, like,
Koski.
the
Yeah.
Stained thing,
Mhm.
on face value, that was kind of like, all right, some guy in the city killing, right? But then the whole thing about how he was like inspirational
story.
and he became like viral, that's smart as fuck. Like that's real
because it's like a
self-aware.
modern thing.
Yeah, totally
yeah.
a modern.
Yeah, where like this thing goes viral, and then there's like the green like alligator looking guy who dresses as Stained.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
I
that's
remember
so
that.
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I never really think about that. It shows very self-aware.
mm-hmm.
Oh, I actually no. Sorry. We asked earlier when we realized that we when we like started liking the show. So I put on episode 1 of the show, and it shows Deku, and he's writing in his notebook, and the brand of the notebook is actually my last name.
Oh yeah, it's like
Yeah. So
I recognize
really?
that too.
yeah, so there's a brand of notebooks in Japan. It's Campus, right? And they wanted to
Yeah.
like rip it off, but they can't just put that because it's like a copyrighted
You
thing.
know what? There
So
was-
it's Campos.
If-
I love that in every anime.
I was like,
they do
yeah, I was like, that's
see
my
if-
name.
See if you can point it out. But I'm trying to remember. There was something in the movie that was like that.
He hasn't seen the
try
movie.
and- I know,
Oh,
I know. So watch out for it today because I don't remember what it was.
Oh,
but there
so
was,
like a knockoff.
there was like a
product?
legitimate just name brand, just like
Like
changed
Rip?
one letter.
I
thing.
love when they do that.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was though. Look out for it. 'cause I
They
can't
in
remember.
every like anime, they always do it with Google. And
Yeah.
I can't like I've seen like 5 different types of
They're
Google.
always funny.
It's hella
It's
funny.
always funny, yeah.
The movie's really good though. Movie. So
I wish I could see it.
that's just a real quick touch on that because you haven't seen it, but the like anime movies are not good. We talked a little about
I'm not
this
a
before the
fan.
podcast.
Yeah.
They're not. They're
Not
never
even like the
great.
Dragon Ball ones.
beg
Not
to
very
differ.
good.
One thing I
I beg
Do you really-
there
do you really-
is some
do you really
good
like
ones.
some? Like which ones do you like?
There's some of those Naruto ones that I
Yeah,
like.
they're good.
are you
like-
so that's the thing. Do people like when they watch it
Or
they're rating
OVA,
it-
like it's the same thing, right? An OVA is the same thing as the movie,
I think so.
kinda.
I think so. Yeah.
They're like
'Cause
an
it's
hour
like a
and
special
half.
episode
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Yeah.
but
But
a lot
we're
of people don't rate it as a movie. They rate it as
Okay.
like an extended
special-
anime episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they give it a pass, like as a movie. Some of
so
those
we're saying anime movies, not like Japanese
Yeah.
animated film. Like,
no.
Okay.
No.
Because yeah, that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, no, I'm saying movies that expand on an anime, like Dragon
Okay.
Ball, Naruto, One Piece, like
My issue is just like none of them are ever canon. So like sometimes stuff will happen that doesn't really make sense or it doesn't
Rare,
fit
rare.
or
I couldn't find any distinct ones, but I read that some people found some plot holes in this one.
yeah.
But I feel like that's just natural. It's hard to do, what you need to do with an extended hour and a half.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It's a little strange.
Yeah.
There's
mean, that's like-
quite a bit of
yeah.
wasted time in the movie.
Oh really?
I feel there was some flashbacks and there was some filler.
I mean,
But
I'm
mean,
looking forward to seeing
I
it.
can't
like-
imagine-
the movie,
I can
also-
imagine,
the movie
like-
actually just felt like they were speaking to a viewer that hasn't watched the show. Almost, it was
Yeah.
that odd.
I feel like that could be an issue
But
sometimes.
everything besides that, great.
Okay.
Like great.
I feel like it's a tough thing to hit. Like I give him a pass because it's like I mean an hour and a half is what like 4 or 5 episodes. An episode's only 20 minutes long.
yeah.
So
You know what was the quality, like the animation quality? You kind of expect it to be like
way
better.
better.
way
It's
better.
always
It's way
better
leveled
in-
up in a movie.
it wasn't in
Yeah.
this one.
It's the same.
It's exactly the same.
Really?
That's what everybody told
Damn.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
kinda
what?
sucks.
Like those Naruto movies, like they
Yeah,
always
the
look
quality
crisp.
was way
They look
better,
amazing.
yeah.
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 Yeah. And this one's exactly.
I don't
the
know if
same.
that's exactly fair to say because
From what I've seen
at
from-
the
oh.
end, the very end, I want to say has like a solid 15 minutes of high quality, but the rest of the movie is exactly the same,
Yeah,
if not less.
Every trailer I've seen, and they run the preview on Funimation. Since
Mm-hmm.
I don't pay for the premium, I have to watch the ad for that movie
You should
every 5 minutes.
You should buy VRV.
What's that?
It's made by Crunchyroll, but it has hella channels and it has both Crunchyroll and Funimation in the same app, and it's only like $10 a month.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so look it up after. Like I don't know why it's a thing.
Yeah, that's
but
weird.
but it's a thing.
Funimation is one of the best subscription services. $6, they have everything on there now.
Do you have Crunchyroll?
I don't.
Honestly, since we're on the topic of Crunchyroll and Funimation,
Mhm.
like what else you watching?
So
you want to get to that now?
I'm
I
watching.
mean,
yeah,
If you want.
I'm watching one right now. I'm super hooked on. Well, I'm only like 2 episodes or something, but it's a boxing anime, and it,
I love
is
stuff like
is it
that.
Hajime no
yeah, I was gonna
Ippo
say I don't
or
even know how
whatever?
to say it. Yeah. Hajime
that
no
one-
Ippo.
I love
It's-
stuff like that, man. Like
hot.
the boxing
I've
anime.
never
There's like
seen it.
that band anime that
Well,
like you see all the time.
There's some sports
chicks.
animes that
Amazing.
are fire. Have you seen the basketball one, Kukuros? Or
Oh,
I
no,
haven't
I
seen
haven't.
it.
Or
No,
how
I
they say it?
haven't. But I know that's a big one.
It's hella good.
Beck's really good for a band anime.
That's the one I was thinking of.
That's the
like
one
the
with
jazz
like the
one,
dudes. No. They're just like this like grunge band.
right? Oh, okay.
And like it's just them becoming a band. And then there's that one K-On, I think,
Is that the
which
one
is
with
the
the
chicks
girls?
with
Yeah,
the chicks. Yeah.
yeah.
But you should really watch Beck. You'd
Yeah.
appreciate the hell out of that
Okay.
one.
Have you seen the football one? It's not a great anime, but it was a hella good manga.
No, but that sounds cool.
It was-
I think I thought about this
It was.
recently.
It's called Ice Shield 21, and it's cool because like like he goes up against a team, and there's this like faces a team, and they're called the White Knights, right? And their main star is the linebacker, And like when he goes to tackle them, he like the apparition of like a knight with like a long like lance thing. His gimmick is he has long arms. So as the linebacker, he's
That's
like
funny.
it shows like an apparition of him as a knight and shit.
Oh
like
my
they all
God.
have like an archetype power
It's like
thing.
Big Green.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember the soccer movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But the mangas the anime is not great, but the manga's hella good. I read the manga. It's really surprisingly for like that premise sounds like shit, but it's
Yeah.
actually pretty cool.
I feel like all those sports anime are like really, especially here, there's sleeper hits.
Mm-hmm.
But those are really good. I'm not really
Ace
watching.
of Diamond. That's another
Is
good
that
one.
a
That's a
baseball
baseball one.
Okay. I'm not
Is
watching
there
anything
any-
else.
Honestly, you
I
gotta
gotta-
watch seasonal anime. There's some good ones.
Yeah.
So-
Like Akame ga Kill. Like those
Oh,
like
I see
seasonal
that all the
animes that
time,
come
yeah.
out. There's only like
Yeah.
one season,
Yeah.
20 something eps.
Yeah, no, I love those. I'll watch those. It's just like right now, just watching My Hero and just being into that. Like I'm just on that. But I see that one all the time. Is it really good?
It's so honestly, it's like My Hero, but each person has their own ancient like super weapon,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like more adult.
Okay.
It's only 20 something. You'll really
Yeah.
like it.
No, I love stuff like that. Like that one's really good. Kill la Kill was really good.
Yeah, Kill la
you know,
Kill.
so I love shorter anime. Like I would watch more, but like I just feel like once they get past that like 24 episode mark, I'm just like, oh, it's starting to look like an investment.
Yeah, I got a bunch.
You know.
I can tell you that are like
Tw-
not even
12,
30.
12 to 20 episodes, and I'm like, yes.
Like, Erased
I'm
was
in.
12.
Oh, Erased was so good.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
Mm-mm.
You got to see that one.
Best
is that one?
anime in
Super good.
2016.
Yeah.
No, okay, you like literally need to watch that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
After
it's,
this.
That's
yeah,
the one?
it's called
Okay.
Erased, like a town without me or something like that.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
just thought it was called
Wait, you know
Erased.
what?
It's only 12 eps.
I feel like I've scrolled past it multiple
There's a
times.
live
That
action
sounds super
Netflix.
familiar.
Don't
Don't
watch
watch
any
that
of the
one.
live action. Even live actions. All right. This is the shortest description I give everyone about the show. This guy has this power called deja vu, which sends him like 5 minutes in the past, but like something's hella off. Like he has to figure out like what's off, like or else total destruction's gonna happen.
Like in the first 5 minutes
Yeah,
of the
that's
show,
Is
like
he like a detective type?
No.
I'm not answering any more questions. That's that's
Okay,
all I
all
have
right,
to tell
okay,
everyone.
all right.
in the first like 5 minutes of the show, he like is trying to figure out what's wrong, and there's like just like a butterfly or something.
Yeah.
And because he couldn't find it, like there's like some like devastating car crash.
Yeah. The first episode
Sounds
will get
wild.
you hooked.
That sounds
Yeah,
wild.
no, it's
The
like
first
it's
app.
really good,
that
man.
sounds similar to like how Death Note trapped people.
And it's like
that
it's,
first episode, you were like, oh shit. You
Yeah,
know, like-
I'm in here.
It's like it's 12 episodes,
That's
only 20 minutes each.
Okay.
So
and it was voted one of the best of 2016 actually.
mhm.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Is it continued since then, or is
No,
it just
that's it.
2016?
Just the one.
and
Okay.
I love that. There's
Yeah,
no
it's
need to keep
dope.
it going.
One-off.
Yeah.
Like what else?
You know what's relevant to talk about since we talked about My Hero? I know if either of you watched One Punch Man.
I've seen some episodes, but I haven't watched the whole thing.
Same. I watched like 4.
I like what I've seen, but
Five.
like it wasn't enough for me to be like, all right, I'm gonna
Yeah,
get
no,
in
no.
this.
My Hero certainly hit the hero universe thing much better, but it does a lot of interesting things. It kind of like the whole show feels like a parody.
Yeah, I think they're aware
Yeah.
of that.
It's
I
definitely
think they-
satire.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely a lot of satire, but also to the animation.
Right.
It shits on it. I think that's if I had to rate him in animation, that's number one on the list easy.
on My Hero in One Punch Man.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think that's number one easy.
Yeah,
if I
it's a
went
good one.
animation
I'd have to
wise.
say the show called Your Lie in April. It's a little softer show. It's about like pianos and stuff. But I know hella.
How is
left
that better
field.
animation?
You have to see because they hand animate like him playing the piano and stuff.
Oh,
and
like
like
shit
it's
like
just
that?
so
Okay.
polished and like every finger with the notes.
That's
it's
actually
like-
that sounds interesting because
Yeah, that
it
does
seems
sound
like it's harder to.
you would like that.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
if you're sending someone through a fucking building, that's
Right.
probably a lot harder to detail than a piano. You could probably see a lot more artistic like shit going on.
Because it matches every note that's played and these pieces. He's playing like Beethoven and stuff
Nice.
in this show. Yeah, that's a really good animation or animated show.
Mhm.
But I know One Punch. The fights, I've definitely seen like a bunch of clips,
Yeah.
and those are wild. And it's just funny because like the villain does all this shit, and he just
Yeah.
one little bang,
Yeah,
ding.
you see like a whole episode of this dude just come into Earth with this like ridiculous ship, and he
Yeah.
pops out of the ship and destroys half the city, and then he charges up, and then he gets huge and transforms, and then One Punch Man shows up. It's like,
Yeah.
you done.
And his
dead.
character is like so calm too.
Yeah,
He's like,
it's,
hey.
it's like iconic
He's like, okay.
at this point.
Well, what's
like?
I think what's catching people on that show is you're watching like. When I was watching, and I was literally waiting. I was like, all right, when is he going to have a challenge? When is he going to get
Yeah,
hurt?
And he
right?
doesn't.
And he never did. And like, like, is it coming? We don't. Is it
Yeah.
just gonna be a parody forever? Or
It's like 2 punches, like one. It
Yeah.
takes like 2.
That'll be a crazy episode.
somebody made
Pivotal.
When One Punch Man was really popular. Somebody made a fan little couple page comic
Mm-hmm.
where he met like Vegeta or something, and it was literally like that. It was like a challenge, and I think he just whooped him again too.
Right.
So it was like
So funny. That's
Have you
such a-
watched Your Name yet?
Yeah, I've been catching up on a lot of those movies.
So good. Have you heard of that one, Nick?
no.
So it's super girly. Don't watch it alone.
We love that shit.
But if
More.
you watch it with your wife, you'll enjoy it. I watched it with my girlfriend. It was a good time. It's just like a
Are you
super,
Is
super.
it? If I show it to her, she'll be like, "What the fuck are you watching this
No.
for?" Or is it like that?
No, it's a
No,
great
it's like
film.
it's a chick flick in the form of an anime.
Oh, okay.
But storyline is
I
super
feel like there's
good.
a lot of those, and I've rarely.
Oh, I
given
got
them
you
a
on
chance.
those too. Wolf
Yeah.
Children. That's another good one.
Nick is really good with these like slice
Yeah, I
of
didn't
life
realize you were a
anime club.
connoisseur, dude. We got to do more episodes.
I've
of
been
this.
low key. Yeah, no, I've watched a lot, and I like those like slice. of
You know,
life
I was
anime.
telling him we should do is give each other homework, like a game or a show.
Yeah,
For
Yeah,
Shenmue?
like
at the start of a month, and then say
Ugh.
by the end of the month, you got to play this game or you got to watch this show. I think for
and those
anime, that would be perfect.
those
for
like
him.
12 episode anime would be
Would be
perfect for
perfect.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I could knock that.
Yeah,
in
I know a
day or
good
two.
handful of like slice of life 20 ep shows.
But that movie, it won it's like the #1 anime movie in Japan, and it was the first movie to knock out Spirited Away of that spot.
Song's really good
Really?
too.
Yeah.
Is it what? I know Spirit Away has a specific maker. Is it any involvement with that or no?
Mm-mm.
No.
I think it's a random director.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
it came out of nowhere, and it's just so good.
There's only 2 that I know. Is the Studio Ghibli guy?
Yeah.
Or 3 actually. Studio Ghibli guy, the guy who
Is it
makes
Ghibli or Ghibli?
Hibli? I don't know. Whatever. And then there's someone who made Summer Wars or Summer Games or Summer Wars.
That's the studio?
No,
Or the-
that's another movie. That's
that's a movie.
Director. And then there's a third director that I was looking up recently that made Perfect Blue and Paprika. Really good movies.
I've heard
bruh.
of Perfect Blue. Which
Yeah,
one?
I've
You
heard
need to
Perfect
watch
Blue.
that.
What's it about? Sell me on it.
Perfect Blue is this chick that was in this like kind of like rising girl pop band, but she leaves it to become a like an actress.
Okay.
But see, I can't really dig. It's a psychological.
Mm.
So
From
yeah,
that premise, it's psychological.
the way you'd have to watch it. I don't like. I'm the type of person to not give you like a good
Yeah, no,
amount
you
because
don't have
I
to.
want you to
Yeah, yeah.
experience it. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you a 4-minute trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And yeah,
But is it-
Paprika is really good too.
Yeah, is it one of? I mean, is it gonna catch you in the ass? Like, whoa, I didn't realize, or is it
100%.
Like, okay, it's one
And
of those.
if
Okay.
you've seen Akira, you know, like you've seen Akira.
that's the motorcycle
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah.
So do you know the scene where he's like laying on his bed and he starts like tripping out?
Yeah.
And, like so like there's a whole lot of that with this director.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Cuz like Paprika is basically what's that movie where they were in dreams? And like the
Inception.
top so pretty sure
Okay, yeah.
Inception was influenced by Paprika.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's a lot of like big dream sequences in Paprika.
Ooh.
Interesting. That's interesting.
He's really dope.
I didn't think we talked about this on our last anime episode.
Yeah.
Have either of you guys ever tried giving Bleach a shot?
Hell, you know what? A funny story.
I tried
was
watching
sitting-
it again last night.
So there was like a random weekend or like a moment, like a vacation where I had plenty of time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna start something. You know, scrolling through like Hulu or like whatever I had, and I got to like animes, and I saw Bleach,
Yeah.
and I was like, you know,
You see it
I was
everywhere.
Like, I was like, I should give this a shot.
You see it everywhere,
and I
it's like,
opened it on Hulu,
uh-huh.
and it, you know, the most recent episode is at the top.
Yeah.
And it was like season 85. I was like, nope.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So
that is ridiculous.
So you didn't even try,
No.
and you've never.
That was
you've
enough
never
for
given
me
it a
to not
shot.
try.
I don't watch
Those like
old anime.
that's
which
not
is
even that
dumb.
old.
Yeah, but like what's that like early 2000s or late 90s?
I think it's like no, that show's like 2006 ish.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. I guess I
But it's
What do you mean you want to watch old anime? What did you mean?
No, he really doesn't.
I'm more of a new age. Like, I don't watch Yu Yu Hakusho.
FLCL.
You've
any
never
of that.
seen that?
I think the oldest one I'm about to watch, I'm probably gonna start watching Evangelion
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
because I've heard too much.
Yeah.
about
You got to
that.
give some of those a shot because it's a different, like,
It's really
The
different.
movies,
Well, no,
like
no,
old
but-
anime
no,
movies.
but
the
that's
idea
the
is when
thing.
you watch it, you're like, whoa, they came up with that 20 years ago. Like
There's that,
goddamn,
but
you know?
I think the stuff that Nick likes, and this is not like knocking you or anything.
Go ahead.
The stuff that you like wouldn't, like it wouldn't, you wouldn't get that from the older shows. Like I feel like if you were to watch even those classics, the ones that everybody puts on these crazy pedestals, like you can, and it's totally viable to watch that and just not get what you like out of it, because it was different, because it's like well, they were doing this a long time ago and it was really different, you know. Like I for the most part really like only like old anime. Like I like Dragon Ball, I like Yu Yu Hakusho, FLCL was good. Yeah, those are like my staple shows. Like you put, I think like the only newer show I liked before My Hero was like Psycho Pass. Before
Okay.
that it was just those older shows, you know.
Yeah, I
but
don't
that's-
know. It's when I got into anime, I just started watching like the seasonal shit.
It's
What's the big old shit that, like, off the top of your head, you know, you passed on that a lot of people watch?
well,
Like,
I
I'm
mean,
curious
Yu
what
Yu
you haven't seen.
Hakusho,
You said Yu Yu
Rurouni
Hakusho.
Kenshin.
Okay.
yeah, those are good.
Well, that one's okay to pass on now because that guy's a freak.
Yeah. Yep.
What else? There's like all those old shows. Like honestly, well, I guess Bleach isn't considered.
Have you watched either of you guys? Which one I haven't watched either?
Evangelion. That's on. That's on.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. Fist of the North Star or something.
I've
Oh,
heard
that's
of
a
it.
that's a game as well too.
I've heard of it.
Am I saying that show?
Yeah,
right?
it's
I think
Fist
so,
of the
yeah.
North
Fist
Star.
of the North Star. Yeah, I haven't given that one a shot. That's been on the list for me planning to. That was way past my time.
Oh, hold on. Let me go back to Bleach real quick because I didn't get to what I
Oh
wanted
yeah,
to say.
go ahead.
So I got into Bleach when they first brought it stateside, and first off, the intro was super good. So I watched the first episode when it aired here. I'm like, oh yeah, we got a good, nice intro. Like I'm gonna like the show. There's big swords and
That
like
makes me
you
not
know,
wanna watch it 'cause
hot
shit.
girls. It's like it's gonna be good. And so the first arc is really good, like unbelievably good, right? And then the second arc is when like the character's like sidekick gets kidnapped, and it's like 200 episodes of this bullshit arc.
Really?
It's like
200.
it's like
No, I was telling him too that, like, seriously, like the number of the episode count was maybe like 5,000.
for
it's
Fist
like-
of the North Star.
no for
No,
Bleach.
no,
We're going
for
back to
Bleach.
Bleach.
Oh,
I did explain why like
Yeah,
I
sorry.
got out of Bleach, and
Yeah.
it's just like I watched the first arc and I was satisfied, and like at the time I was playing the like Jump Superstar game, like the
Yeah.
Smash Bros
that
DS
was
game,
sick.
and like all the Bleach characters were like super cool and they look all like crazy and giant swords and stuff. I'm like, yo, this show's gonna get good,
Yeah.
and it just did not deliver at all. It was horrible. It was horrible.
Is it
crazy.
still? It's still running, yeah.
I believe it's still running.
That blows my mind. The other one that blows my mind still running is
One
One
Piece.
How is
I
it
knew
still
it.
running?
I can't watch
Dude,
that.
no.
I'm never gonna watch
And
that.
everybody I've ever met that like keeps up with One Piece,
Yeah.
and those are the same people that are watching everything else. They're watching My Hero, they're watching Naruto, they're watching all that. They say One Piece is the greatest anime that will ever be.
I'm. You know
and
what?
I do not.
I can't.
I'm not
I
knocking
can't.
that.
I can't
For
disagree.
sure.
I've burnt through one season.
Oh yeah, I watched like the first couple
But my
seasons when I was a
plan-
kid.
Yeah, I don't know how I would get through that. I think my
But-
plan with that sometime, if I find a game that I'm super into, probably when Call of Duty comes out and
Mm-hmm.
I'm just bleeding my eyes from just brain dead stupidity, right? I'll probably just have it on the side. That's one of those I
Mm-hmm. That's
gotta
a good
just
one.
leave on and just not pay attention
Yeah.
to and just let it play through. And I'll pick up when it, I'll pick up.
And see, it's like I can't disagree with it because one, I'm not gonna sit through like 900 episodes just to disagree with somebody. Like I just don't have.
I don't have the attention span to do that at all.
It's not.
Like,
It's
no
attention
way.
span is definitely one thing, but it's just like that's so much time. Like
It's
that
funny,
is
especially for like
huge investment.
people that aren't super anime fans. Like when I got with my wife,
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know me, there's no way I could be with somebody who hadn't seen Dragon Ball, right? So I was like, all right, you're gonna sit down, you got to watch this,
Yeah.
And I made her get through 9 seasons, 600 episodes or whatever it is, and like for the
Yeah.
average like person who doesn't get into that stuff, they're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Boo is not dead yet. Like,
Yeah.
god damn it, like, so like I could understand like, those short runs like you were saying. That's fallen a lot more into the modern stuff, and I
Yeah.
can see why.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
'Cause
All those
it's-
ones that are ridiculously long, it's the Shippuden, the One Piece, the Dragon Balls.
yeah. It's
that's
the,
all
the
the old
big
stuff.
popular money makers, and
Yeah.
I don't. That's why like I'm curious to see where My Hero goes because it is turning into like that big moneymaker show.
I would like that.
It's gonna be long because even like I don't know, like Attack on Titan. Like when's that gonna end?
Exactly.
Like, that's still going.
Like these big moneymaker shows, like they can keep them going, but then you see these, erased. Best anime of 2016.
You know what?
Just one season, one and done.
If we
Boom.
segue on something.
Yeah,
I need someone to sell me on Attack on Titan because
I couldn't get into it.
So I
couldn't get into it.
So
Yeah. You like it?
It's very mature. I like it, but I'm not like crazy fanboy about it.
I gave it a shot.
I watched
and
like 4 or 5 episodes.
exactly what happened with Game of Thrones is what happened to this.
I hate Game of Thrones.
So I watched. I watched. Yeah.
That's one of
I
the
watched
greatest pieces of
like
television.
5 episodes, and I was
Well,
like,
so here
You
I
have to
watched-
finish the first season.
Okay,
No,
hold
no.
on,
So
hold on,
here's
hold
the thing. I finished the season, and my problem was I was like, the season's done. I don't have a favorite character. There's like
what? In Game of Thrones?
yeah.
Oh my!
There's
I wasn't in it.
Can I spoil
I
it?
don't have a
Hold
favorite
on.
character. There's like 17 to follow, and I
Tripping.
couldn't predict what's going on.
all right, so
Like,
Game of Thrones is
But
the
anyway,
greatest
wait,
anime
wait,
ever.
sorry,
Come
hold
on.
oh my god,
we'll get.
can you imagine
we'll get-
Game of Thrones animated? Like,
It's pretty much. It's kind of Attack on Titan. Like
But
Okay, we'll get real quick. We'll get back. I did the same thing with Attack on Titan. I watched like up to the point where they were training in the academy, and I didn't have a favorite.
that's
character.
what, like
I
7 or
didn't-
8 episodes in, right?
8 or
Yeah.
7. Yeah.
So
But
here's
I
my
did-
thing.
I didn't have a favorite character. The main character was a little bitch, and everyone else was not cool.
So here's my thing about
everyone
shows,
was not cool.
and it's kind of like a really like deep contrast coming from My Hero. Like I was hooked on episode 1, but like if I'm not hooked on episode like 3 or 4, like I lose interest fast.
yeah,
It's like my favorite shows are like like anime aside, like my favorite show is probably like Breaking Bad, right?
yeah.
And it was probably because when I first put on that, I put off watching that show for a long time.
Yeah.
The last
Right.
season was about to air, and I didn't even start it. And I binged the entire show in like 2 weeks. But it was like when I finally put the show on and watched it, episode 1, I was hooked.
Yeah.
My Hero, episode 1 or 2, I was hooked. Yu Yu Hakusho, like all those shows, I'm hooked. And it's like, if I could sit through like 5 or 6 episodes and like you, I don't have a favorite character, or I'm just like not invested in the plot of the story yet, like it's not even like when somebody tells me like, no, you have to finish the first season.
Game of Thrones is a builder.
Yeah, and
Like,
I get
that's
that.
what
Like
it
I
is.
get that.
I
Like,
know. I get. Yeah.
But for me, it's just like I can't do builders. Like when I tell
I
somebody,
can do so. Listen, I can do
It's so
builders, but
good.
there's got to be a limit,
Nah.
right?
Yeah.
What if a show came out?
but
you
if
seen those books? They're thick as hell. Like what?
But so
It's
what
true.
what if a show came out and the builder didn't finish building until season 6? I would consider that a bad show. I
That's
don't care
one
how
big
good it is.
nut at the end of
Oh
season
my
6.
God.
It better be.
That's a fat nut.
Yeah,
It better be
Hey,
because
he-
what if it's not?
Then
Yeah,
I
and-
would get
and-
blue balls, and I'm sad.
and and I'd be upset if like I sat through like we're gonna go off this hypothetical. Like if I sat through 6 seasons of a show and I was finally like I don't get what I'm watching, and somebody was like, no, dude, you have to finish the 7th.
I'd be like, I would
no, go
sh-
I'd be
fuck
like,
yourself.
this is a waste of
There's-
time.
there's
Like
no
I
way.
100% agree with
That,
that.
that guy gets.
I know
the-
that's drastic
yeah.
compared to finish the first season like you're saying. Like that's for 99% of people, because 99% of people who watch Game of Thrones say that they say finish the first season.
I think
That's
y'all
fine.
just wanna
That's
see medieval
viable.
titties. That's all
Because
it
they,
is. It's. Yeah,
like,
just-
I know we've been on this topic for a second, but like the end of season 1. I mean, are you even?
No,
are you
go
gonna watch
for it.
it?
I'm not going to.
So when they off Ned, bro, they straight up cut his
Yeah.
head off. This fool's like straight up like main ass character
Yeah.
in this whole first season. It's like, oh okay, and like he goes to trial and he's sitting there, and you're like, I'm not gonna kill him. Like something's gonna happen. They straight up kill this fool. Like
Mhm.
one of like a lot of people's favorite characters from that first season.
Well, that's the thing that everybody said about the show.
and
They-
that's why I
they-
was like,
they kill off everybody's favorites in that show.
yep. And
It's
there's
insane.
one episode in season 4.
which that I appreciate. I like when I'm watching a show and nobody's untouchable. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that.
that's what I want. Fucking
yeah,
My Hero or
it
someone
would
to do.
fit well. I think we'll get it eventually. I think
Maybe.
we should get it
Please.
eventually. But I think I don't even think they can predict the future. They're being very careful with it. I think.
Just go
because-
PG-13.
Yeah.
Just go.
Because like if they kill characters, and that limits how much they can expand.
Yeah.
So they
They
don't even.
can kill off the B tier or C tier characters.
But
Like,
I think the thing is like
You ain't killing Billy Button Laser, dog. You ain't
Everybody-
touching him.
every kill that guy.
I think the craziest thing about this show, we still need you to sell us on Attack on Titan, but real quick.
Okay, real quick.
I think the reason why they're scared to do that is because everybody's attached to like like Mineta's my wallpaper.
Yeah,
Like he's my
there's-
favorite.
Every
like,
character's got a cult following.
people love every single character, and I think they're scared to do the Game of Thrones thing, to kill off anybody, and
That's true.
like the only character who got like killed off was Ida's brother, and they showed him once before it happened.
He wasn't even a character.
He wasn't dead,
yeah, he wasn't a
but
character.
yeah, they showed him once or twice, and that was it.
yeah.
But okay,
Yeah.
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan.
So Attack on Titan, if you like a really adult show and like some messed up shit that happens, like why shit, I can't spoil anything, huh?
Spoil it.
No, it's just like
If you give me a spoiler for like season 1, I'll get past it because it's a long show.
I
I'm
think
a
there's a part where the
degenerate.
main character's like mom gets turned into one of the Titans,
Mhm.
and like they kill her,
Mhm.
and she like lands on top of their house, and he's or his mom dies in like the first ep.
Okay.
And it's just like straight up like cold blooded.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like he's dipping, and I like that the show is so like cold blooded and forward. Like the newest season, like some shit popped off like right in the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Like people are just dying, like brutal ass deaths, and the art's cool.
Yeah, art is something that I've definitely seen.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
action
It's really good.
when in the action scenes when they're flying around,
yeah,
on like
those always look
that's
cool.
so
I see,
sick.
I
Like-
see gifs and like short clips, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this always looks good. But
like it's a great
I need
show.
a story that too, and I don't think from what I saw, I watched 4 or 5 episodes and it didn't deliver. Maybe I'll give it a shot again. But
Just
like,
finish first season. That's that's all. I feel like with any
There's
show.
only 2, right?
no, I think that show's pretty far along now.
Nah, yeah, I think they're on season 3 right now
Yeah.
Okay.
or 4.
Do you still watch Sword Art Online?
I'm waiting for the next canon season to come out.
Can't just watch .hack, huh?
I mean, the next canon. See, they have seasons that aren't canon.
Well, they have a sideshow based off the gun game right now. I watched like 2 eps and I was like,
That's
this is
odd.
it's battle royale too, which is
Oh
funny.
my god!
It is.
You ever
It's
watch
battle royale.
.hack?
Yeah.
Huh?
Stop.
Huh?
This is like the Nick into like the new wave stuff that like kills me. It's like when I heard about Sword Art Online, I was like, why don't you just watch .hack?
Yeah.
Like, it's
But like
the same
I'm
thing.
just in the now, so I just watch.
yeah,
Sword
no,
Art.
and it's
I've
so funny
always,
because
I always wanted to play those games. You can't get a hold of them.
which
They never
oh
localized
.hack
them.
games?
Yeah, yeah.
they put the
never-
collection on PS4.
Ooh,
How many's in the collection?
all of them.
All of them?
How many's all of them?
Oh wait, no. It's only the GU games, which everybody says are way better anyway, and it's 3.
There's a lot more than that, though.
There's
man.
6 games total.
Okay.
I've played 2 of them, and they were incredible.
Were they
Incredible.
top tier?
Yeah. It made me like really wish I could actually play the game.
But I'm definitely Sword Art's coming out in 2019, the newer
Okay.
season, and I think they go back to all the main characters that go into the to another universe. Because
Mhm.
the whole thing. Well, you guys watched it?
Sort of no,
No,
like that was another one I
no.
got into it, but then I was like, it's kind of hacky, and I don't really like
It's really
it.
good.
I gave it.
It was pretty cool. It was cool. I
Really
liked it,
fucking
but yeah. Anything you guys are looking forward to coming out?
Well, there's another FLCL show coming.
It's already out. I haven't watched it.
Is it?
Yeah, it happened last month.
No, it's called like all.
Alternative.
But then there's one more like
Progressive already happened. Oh no, Alternative happened earlier this year. Progressive was last month. It's already over.
Oh, okay.
I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, I need
So
to.
the one we watched was Progressive
that
or
was,
Alternative?
that was Progressive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was super good.
I saw that. I
Super
go to
good.
this website called like My Anime List,
Oh yeah,
and like I'll see like what's coming out.
Yeah.
And that's how I found all the movies and anime I watched.
nice.
I'm excited for Steins Gate continuation. That's one of the top shows.
I don't
My
know
top
what
shows
that
of
one
all
is.
time.
What I've heard of it. What is it?
It's time travel anime.
Okay.
Like
Mhm.
sci-fi time travel.
Mm-hmm.
The writing in it's really good. Like the jokes and the voice actors and stuff.
Mhm.
A lot of them like American-esque stuff.
Yeah.
They have an American guy who speaks Japanese, but it's like terrible Japanese.
Oh, like, that's
it's,
where you're
it's
getting
just
at,
funny.
really. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I appreciate those details.
Yeah, that's really highly rated up there too. It's like in the top 5 on that website.
Okay. How about you, Nick? Anything coming up
Yeah.
besides Broly? I know.
Yeah, I was
that's-
gonna say that's
that's it.
January.
Is that a movie or a?
Yeah,
oh,
the Dragon Ball Super continuation.
That's in January. I felt like that was sooner than that.
Japan gets it sooner.
Okay, that's probably
per
why.
use.
I just like
Yeah.
seeing that in theaters. That's a great.
Yeah,
it's
seriously.
the sound effects and the battle scenes and that. It's just a.
What
crazy
about you?
theater
Dive
experience.
into something. Go on that website and
I
just
need
look.
to. I don't know. It's been a while since like a show really like made me love like anime again, and My Hero just like opened me up. Like before this, I was watching Yu Yu Hakusho again.
That's
UF
getting another continuation too. I'm
I
hyped on
know.
that.
Oh, yeah,
It's
that's
supposed to be
coming too.
this month because the anniversary is this month.
I haven't read any spoilers if there are any.
I haven't read
I don't know how they're
anything.
going to continue that.
I haven't read anything, but
Look, if you like My Hero, definitely try Akame ga Kill.
yeah, that's on Hulu and everything. I'll check out an
Yeah.
episode or two tonight. But yeah, I mean, finally, like watching this, I'm like, okay, like my love for anime is kind of back. Like, let's check out some newer shows. And that's where I'm at now. So I need to dive into some new stuff.
Yeah,
But,
I can definitely whip out a whole list of just random shit.
Yeah, send me. My only thing is 12 to 20 episodes, and it has to be
And
dubbed.
if you're in a slice of life,
It has
but
to
I
be
don't know.
dubbed.
Hey, have you watched Ruby?
No, my Cedric, you actually watched that. That's
Okay.
the YouTube one, right?
I don't know. I wanted to ask because
it's like these chicks with like armor and like sights and like swords.
So the reason
It's a really good one, though.
The reason I asked is I've been considering it because one of the most popular fighting games in the fighting game community.
Oh yeah, the Blaze Blue. That's why it sounded familiar.
So yeah, this game came out and it's a cross between Blaze Blue, this game called Unist, and Ruby characters.
Wow,
yeah.
that's really
so that's
And
the only
Persona.
reason. And the
And
Persona
Persona.
character.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
so-
Persona has an anime,
I know.
which I did not know. Maybe
I wish I could play that game, but I don't have a PS4.
Oh.
Sad times.
Don't you just get a damn PS4?
You definitely
I don't even
should.
play-
That's the next poll. Should Christian get a PS4? Yes or no? It'll be 100,000%.
well, just put yes and yes. Like there's no. you can't
I'll
say
make the
no.
poll tonight. If you're listening here, and we're gonna wrap it up in a second.
Yeah.
If you're listening here, there's gonna be a poll up, and you guys are gonna decide my fate on buying a PS4 or not.
100%.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Nice little episode about My Hero and some anime that we've been watching. Here's my spiel, per usual. If you're listening to us on iTunes, give us a rating, give us a review, tell us how we're doing. We love it. It helps us with our visibility. New people can check us out, which is obviously a big deal for us. If you're on the good old twitter.com, check us out, hit us up, talk to us. I don't care if you follow us or not, just talk to us.
Yeah, give us thoughts and
Just
talk shit. Do
send
whatever.
one random question. Doesn't even matter.
Yeah, just say something to us because we want to meet you guys. Like I said this before, and like this podcast gets more listens than I thought it would, and I don't know who listens to this.
Yeah, we get more
Okay.
listeners than followers.
Yeah,
So
Really?
so,
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
dope.
so it's weird seeing how many people are listening to this, and I don't know who any of you are besides
Yeah.
like maybe like my girlfriend and like my couple close friends who listen to podcasts.
It's me
So-
60 times.
Yeah,
I know, it's just
put
on
it, I
repeat.
put it on all my devices.
Oh my god. But yeah, so talk to us. I'd love to meet you guys and talk to you guys and all that. But yeah, this has been Pop Takes. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys next week.
We
All
out.
right, players.
See ya.
Yay!